We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
Now it's time for Gunpowder Philosophy with your host, Sergio Wilson.
Welcome back. In case you're not abreast of what the situation is, or what this is Gunpowder Philosophy. And what we're going to talk about today is Kanye West versus the ignorance of everyone, or at least those that disagree with an opinion, which I think in actuality you could disagree with an opinion, but it's all about how you do it. You can't love or hate one bad opinion more than another. What I mean by that is Kanye West is entitled to have his own opinion, his own thoughts. He is something that a lot of us are not, and that is a free spirit. I know you haven't heard that term in a while, because in America it's like we never were, as people, we never were really free to think what we want to think. At every single point of human history, something has always had an effect to shape our reality to think what someone else is thinking. And that's the problem. You can't have your own loose thought anymore, or you probably never could. Kanye West is he a leader to the likes of Tupac. And I say Tupac because he could take a term or a phrase and turn it into a philosophical lifestyle. Whether you agree with it or not, he's going to state his truth and let it stand. He's going to pick his heel and his cross to die on. We all should be ready to do that at a moment's notice. Die for what you believe in. So now I get to dig in deeper to what he said. And what he said that got everybody riled up and upset was, he said that slavery was a choice. He said 400 years? Oh no, that sounds like that's a choice. What does he mean by that? Was he calling the slave docile? Did he call the slave weak? Did he call the situation easy? No, he did none of that. What y'all did was, y'all took a 10-second clip and made it account for the whole 30 minutes. And that was not fair. That was not right. Just like you can't take one portion of the Bible, one portion of the Quran, or one portion of any holy book. You can't take that and tell me what Jesus meant in 2 verses. You got to take the whole Bible in its totality. You got to take the whole Quran in its totality. Only thing you can pick and choose out of is a damn phone book. So if you take 10 minutes of what anybody said, it's going to sound out of context and it's going to sound unreasonable. The media knows this. Y'all know this. But do your subconscious know it? Do your subconscious understand that you don't always have to agree with somebody every second, every minute, every hour of the day? That's a slave. That's a robot. That's why Kanye West took that stand. That's why he said what he said. He said that to get y'all thinking. And the only way to get black people attention, or white people, or anybody else, especially black people though, you got to say something extreme. You got to say, oh shit, the building on fire, so everybody can run out. You can't just sit there and say that, oh, I want to meet y'all outside. If you want niggas to meet you outside, you going to have to tell them the building was burning down 2 hours ago to get them out of here on time. You already know. If you tell a black person you on your way, you got to tell their ass like an hour before you actually on your way. So when you get there, they'll be outside waiting. You know? That's what this is. That's what this is. It's a pick and choose kind of thing. Because let me show you what he meant when he said slavery was a choice. He wasn't calling them weak. He wasn't calling them docile. On 9/11/2001, of course, that's when we know the towers fell. All right, those people had a choice as well. And by choice, you should really Google that word. Because choice don't necessarily mean pretty. Choice don't necessarily mean feasible. It don't even mean correct or close to precision or none of that shit. A choice is a fucking choice. It's like that old hip hop song. This or that. This or that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all you gotta do. Either you gonna be a slave or you gonna rebel. And that's with everything. That's with slavery. That's with how your government treats you. How an abusive husband might treat a wife. That's with everything. Either you gonna take it or you gonna rebel. It's people who have jumped out of cars to get away from dangerous situations. So the same way you could jump out of a car, the same way you could jump off stuff, and you might sprain your ankle, you might even die. But you died free, doing what the fuck you want to do. You died as a free person, a free individual. And to be that means you don't get agreed with every fucking day. And you don't agree with everybody else. You just don't. That's what I like about Kanye. That's what I like about Tupac. They don't care what you think, but they gonna take their philosophy and they gonna die about it. They gonna die over it. And I'm not wishing death on him, but see, he said, I'll be in that hallway with Tupac and John Lennon if I have to. I'll die for my cause if I have to. It ain't my fault that y'all listen to Carly B and all these other crazy rappers who don't think about nothing, who don't rap about nothing. And then when Kanye come out with an opinion, it's too sharp. It's like sharp cheese. I can't help if that's the best kind in a damn refrigerator. Either produce a better cheese or we gonna rock with this one. Because he's the one making sense. And the guy that was against him, the black guy, he came out with some emotional bullshit that didn't make no sense. I mean, partially I understood what he was trying to say, but see, he missed Kanye by a mile. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're trying to stop short and stop even, but you still miss your destination. Like an 18-wheeler. If an 18-wheeler going down the road and it's trying to stop, that motherfucker got to stop early. If not, it's going to keep on coasting. I read in a book, it said it take the length of a football field for 18-wheeler to stop. So if it take that long for 18-wheeler to stop, and you got to do that with 18, imagine what you got to do with your brain. Imagine how much you got to think to avoid overthinking or misrepresenting somebody. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. You go out your way sometimes to not go out your way. So you might miss a point or two. That's normal. But what black people got to realize is everybody ain't going to agree with us. Everybody ain't going to agree with you individually. And that's cool. Everybody ain't going to agree with you collectively. But see, we too used to shopping at Sam's Club. We do our religion in bulk. We do our politics in bulk. We do everything in bulk. But sometimes you got to walk an aisle. You got to walk a journey on your own. Sometimes God give people missions that he didn't give everybody else. And that's what Kanye was saying. He was on some old wake the whole population up shit. And y'all missed that. Y'all missed the humanity in what he was saying. When he said he was mad at the Crips. Because he like, I know the Crips ain't going to kill me. No, the Crips love me. I love the Crips. You know? So that was very Dr. King of him. You know, if you look at it again, I see a lot of my black leaders when I saw that speech he did at TMZ. I saw a lot of black leaders in like one clip. And it was people that everybody say they love. Give me liberty or give me death. He was in there. I could have freed 1,000 more slaves, like Harriet Tubman said. Yeah, she was in there. I would not go to the back of the bus. Kayak Carvin, Rosa Parks, they in there. You know, I would not be silenced. That's a Malcolm X. By any means necessary. So that means I'm going to go out on a limb and offend some people, then damn it, that's my job. If God gave it to me, then I'm happy to do it. But see, God talks to everybody until he's not talking to you. Until God tells somebody else something that you wanted to know, you ain't rocking with it because you're not putting together like what's going on. You can't see the idea. You can't see the thought that's in my head because God gave it to me. He didn't give it to you. I can't see the vision that's in your head because God didn't give it to me. He gave it to you. He gave the vision to you. We all got different visions, different ideas. And the minute we don't, we become enslaved to one ideology. That's what he was likening that to. It's funny to me how they cut the damn clip down when he said what he said about slavery. But they left out the part where he brought up the Jews. They left out the part where he brought up other things that was happening throughout history. You know, they blocked all that shit out. Because they wanted y'all to feel a certain way. And the media knows how to manipulate people. Especially black people. They know exactly. Hillary Clinton, she knows exactly how much hot sauce she need to have in her bag. That's already been predetermined. She already know how many Chris Brown dances she got to rehearse before she got on that national stage. Bill Clinton knew he had to play the saxophone and cheat and be cool for y'all to still love him. Oh, he a black president. Man, I love my grandmother to death, but that was like the dumbest shit she ever said. When I remember the conversation we had when I was a child. She told me Bill Clinton was the first black president. I said, yeah, grandma, but he a white man. And when she went on to explain to me why she thought that Bill Clinton was a black dude, I was just sitting there like, this shit is some programming shit that they fed my grandma. Because clearly to me, this is a white man. Nothing wrong with that. White people cool, black people cool, you know, whatever. That's cool. It's cool for him to be white, just like it's cool for me to be black. But hey, he ain't black. Quit calling him that. That's disrespectful. And it's like, the more puzzled I got, the more we continue with the lie. And sometimes we do our children like that too. Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, all this shit. You keep feeding that shit. You keep feeding kids garbage. And then you wonder why they grow up as disposable human beings. You wonder why people could just throw them away or look over them. Because instead of you teaching them intellect, instead of you teaching them reason, you crowding their head with a goddamn lie. A white lie. And it's very fitting that they named it that, because them white people that's over that media, they be lying a whole lot. So it's just funny how shit add up. A white lie. That's what that is. A white lie. And you get mad at Kanye because he got a white girlfriend. I seen some of y'all white girlfriends, white boyfriends. It's alright when y'all do it. But see, you get mad at Kanye for doing it. Get mad at him. And this coming from a dude, I ain't the biggest fan of his as much as I am a fan of somebody sticking by themselves and telling their own truth. It could be somebody with the strongest opinion that I disagree with. But I will always respect that person. You know why? Because at least they bold enough to state what it is, you know what I'm saying, they willing to die for. They statement, they creed. That's what makes us all individuals. If you don't stand for something, you'll believe anything. You'll fall for anything. It's a trap. It's a mental trap. And the minute you don't guard your mind, it becomes imprisoned to other ideas, thoughts, and realities. If you don't guard who you are, you become somebody else. And that leads me to my question today. Why must all black people think 97% the same? Why is that? That get on my nerves. Must we all listen to rap music? Must we all vote Democrat? And when Chance the Rapper said that, he said, oh Lord, let me apologize because black people got offended. How dare me tell them to leave the Democrat plantation? Oh my God, I said it, yeah. See, you can forgive the Democrats, but you can't forgive Kanye West. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. They started the Klan, but you'll vote with them, but you'll leave Kanye West where he's standing at. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And before anybody jump on me talking about I'm a Republican, one thing I am is a black man that realize we don't have no political friends because we eat our friends. That's what we do. We eat our friends. Killer Mike ate him a couple months ago. He was sitting up there telling black people about their gun rights, advocating for black people. No matter whether he was doing it with the NRA or whoever. Because the NRA has done some good for black people, just like the Democrats have done some bad for black people. And both could be said interchangeably. Both could be done vice versa. You know, the Democrats looked out a little bit. You know, they helped us a little bit. But you know what? So did the NRA. So did the NRA. So if you can realize one, but not realize the other, something wrong with you. That's the truth, with some cheese on it. That brings me to what one of my other rappers said. They had a slogan. He said, people fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer. That's what Nas said. That was deep, because that brings me back to the Kanye situation. People fear what they don't understand. So you don't understand that he's operating in a whole nother realm. You don't understand that he has a whole nother focus. That his goals ain't your goals. That his thoughts ain't your thoughts. And we just can't respect that. See, that's why black people die in the street. Because, see, we don't know how to leave somebody alone who we disagree with. We don't. We don't know how to just walk away. That's why people die. It ain't because of no damn gun. A lack of philosophy, that done left people dead more than a gun ever could. If your daddy or some elder or somebody ain't never told you nothing, that's why you die. Because of ignorance. Not because of what somebody did or what somebody didn't do. It's because of ignorance. Curiosity killed the cat and ignorance killed the food. Because you couldn't even dissect that, hey, he brought up slavery. He brought up the Jews. He brought up some of everything. It's like Lucky Charms cereal. It all plays a part and makes it taste good. But when you take one, if I take the little shit that ain't no marshmallow and just eat on that, I'll be like, this shit, I'm going to throw it away because they don't got no marshmallows in it. You can't do truth like that. Truth is a melting pot of a lot of shit. It's a melting pot. You can find some truth over here. You can find some truth over there. You can find truth talking to this person, talking to that person. It's like a Dr. Seuss rhyme. You can find truth anywhere. Truth is not limited to one source, one ideology, one political party, one race. Truth is free. Truth is freedom. And that's why Kanye looked crazy to the slaves. Because you don't recognize truth. Because the truth is, you never really saw it. You never really saw truth. So it makes it sound crazy. You know? It makes it sound real crazy when you think about it. My thing is, whether he's right or wrong, it's funny how you come down on him, but then you listen to the likes of Carly B. And all she talk about in her rhyme is shitting on another black person, another black female. That's all she do. That's all y'all do. Why would I want to come to barbecue if all we do is talk about mess? We can't understand deep ideas. We can't understand somebody who's not a Christian. We can't understand somebody who's not a Democrat. We can't understand somebody who don't look like us, who don't act like us, because you ain't never been nowhere. And even the people who has been somewhere, they're acting shallow-minded. And that's what the elite want. They want the people on the bottom to remain enslaved, to remain ignorant to everything. This is the only generation that has Google but still asks questions out loud. They will ask you a question out loud. How do you get to blah, blah, blah? How do I order blah, blah, blah? Well, where did you get that? Bitch, Google it. Don't ask me shit. In the age of Google, you ain't allowed to ask me no question unless it's something philosophical that we both got to figure out. But if it's something factual and easy, why the fuck are you asking me? Like I tell my little brother, I'm not going to tell you what that word means because it's easier for you to just go look it up. It'll mean more to you if you looked it up. It will mean more to you that you put in the work and you put in the effort. And you had the fortitude to just, instead of asking me, you want to go look it up. That's how cognition begins. That's how it begins. That's how your cerebral thought begins. Your process. If you're not able to process anything, you can't think critically. And I think what Kanye was trying to do, I think he was trying to galvanize us to come together. He just did it in the wrong way. That's all. And all he did was he caused a conundrum. He caused a mix-up. And one thing he caused, and people who like to think the same, is cognitive dissonance. And that's when two ideas try to occupy the same space. That's all. A lot of people, when I say that, they'll ask me, what does that mean? Like, why? Why must I tell you what it means? If you can't look it up, you're not worthy of this conversation. A lot of time when somebody uses a word I don't understand or I don't comprehend, I Google it because I feel embarrassed to ask that person, what does that word mean? I feel embarrassed. That means I really don't want to know. The knowledge is there, man. But, as I told y'all, I'm a poet. I do a lot of things. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to read a poem I wrote about it. It's called Opinion Struck Down in the West. Most hip-hop stars got fast cars with slow reason. If black people were smart, they would appreciate Mr. West without ceasing. Teach black people how to twerk and you'll be high-five. Teach black people how to think, you'll be socially buried alive, ostracized. But why am I surprised? They didn't choose initial slavery, but they chose not to rise. Okay, let's stop right there. I said they didn't choose initial slavery, but they chose not to rise. That's what Kanye West meant. In a nutshell, one line. He meant, that's common sense, dumbass. When you saying that, oh, so you mean to tell me they chose to get on the boat? They chose to get whooped, all that. They chose to go in. See, when you attack a problem with a simplistic mindset, that goes to show who's the dummy and who's the intelligent one in the room. Y'all showed why he was more intelligent than half of y'all right there. Off that. Of course they didn't choose to be in slavery. Of course nobody want to get beat. Of course a woman don't want to get her ass beat. But what her friends gonna tell her? Girl, you keep going to that nigga letting him beat your ass. Oh shit, I wouldn't do that. Why you wouldn't do it, stupid? Because you don't want to be what? You ain't his damn property. You ain't his slave. So what you gonna tell your friend to do? Get your ass up and leave that nigga. Oh, he beating on you, let's go. You ain't finna sit at the house and beg her. You gonna pull off if she don't get in the car with you. And he hitting her in the nose and shit. That's all Kanye West was saying. He was saying, look, if I'm gonna die anyway, I'm gonna die a man. I'm gonna pick my goddamn heel. I'm gonna be proud of it. And I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay down. Because God sees me. He knows my cry. He hears my cry. So shit, I don't gotta worry about that. If I'm telling the truth and I die, I went out like a man. That's how I think about it. That's how I think about it. Every one of them on that field, not to diminish them or what they've been through, but they all had the ability to think like Nat Turner. They had the ability and the options to think like Harriet Tubman. And don't tell me, oh yeah, it was people that rebel. It was people that rebel. Just like in everyday life. It's people that tell you the truth. It's people that do a lot of shit, but do you listen to them? Do you hear them out? Just like on the movie Life, Eddie Murphy had drew out a blueprint to escape prison. Marlon Lawrence was like, oh, hell no. I don't want to do that shit. So, I mean, like it or not, Eddie Murphy won the battle because he realized that, hey, I'm going to escape. Even if he got caught, even if he got killed trying to do it, he made an effort to leave the mistreatment. That's all he was saying. Even if you go kill a roach on the wall, that damn roach gonna try to run away. That bitch you gonna have to chase it. Anything. If I'm stumping on a dog, I'm stumping the dog out, right? Naturally, that dog is gonna growl, probably try to bite me, try to get away, something of that sort. So why is it when it came to slavery, we had to be so docile? And he used that to invoke a strong emotion to relate it to today's mental slavery. Whenever you don't like something, but you just bitch about it and go along about your life, you mentally enslaved. If you don't stand for a cause, you're not fit to live. It's plenty of other people told you this. Kanye West had to tell you in a roundabout way to, wake up and open your mind, open your opinion. Because, once they shut that opinion down, the game is a wrap. The game is over. Once they shut that opinion down, they come out to anything else. Anything else. If you're not mindful, that's how they create a zombie. That's exactly what they want y'all. Zombies. They want you to respond emotionally and not think your problems do. They train y'all to be like microwaves and computers, to automatically respond and get a result quick. It's not really even about sitting down and being pensive no more, about being thoughtful. It's not even about that. It's not about going to school to learn. You want to go to school just to get a job. You want to get your bachelor's degree just to get a job. You want to get your master's degree just to get a house. You don't want to do it to actually learn. Most people that's in college now, they're fucking zombies. They want to cheat their way through. Or if not that, even if they take the lesson seriously and actually do the lesson, they don't give a damn about the lesson. They just want to get on about their life. They just want to get on about their life. They just want to take it and go. And in a sense, that's good because you look at it and be like, well, they living and they take care of their family. That's good. But if all us do that, if all us living just to make money instead of leaving an impact, if all us doing that, the world in bad shape. If you care more about $1 than you do about a human life, you need to check your soul at the door because something wrong with you. And that's how they train you. All I see down my newsfeed all day, I'm going to get this money. I'm going to get this money. Money, 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 money. Aren't we all? Aren't we all engaged in some kind of hustle? Ain't we all doing something? So what's so impressive about that? At this point, what's so impressive about money? I know you need it, but you also need water. But y'all ass you don't bitch at Birmingham Waterworks half the way you do your money train at work. Somebody affect your money, it's fighting words. But we affect anything else, you'll just deal with it. You'll be docile about it. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. And that's what he was doing. He said, I'm going to take this Make America Great Again hat, put it on, and make it mean something different. Is that not what Tupac tried to do with Thug Life? He is living what Tupac died for. An idea, a concept. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to love it. But if he could take that hat and make it mean something else, who are you to stop him? That's my question. Because, see, if he was talking about Hillary and the Democrats, and if it was a Make America Gay Again campaign with her and the liberals, it'll be good. And I ain't saying gayness bad, but I'm just saying, like, that shit, it'll be a melting pot. And if he said, let's make DACA great again, y'all be, we gonna clap to that. We gonna do something. We gonna make some noise. Had he said anything else that's like socially acceptable y'all would have got all over it. Y'all would have got all over it. And I'm just trying to figure out why. That's all I want to know. Why? Why we can't have our own thoughts? Why is that? Huh? I mean, have you went to church? Have you went to school that much? Where you just listen to somebody talk and you weren't able to, like, have a rebuttal? Like, damn, once this show goes somewhere, I actually want to have conversations. Whether you agree with them or not, I want to have conversations. I want to have an opinion. When Hillary compared y'all to dogs, I didn't hear that same alarm. You know, I didn't hear that same cry for help. When Obama called y'all thugs, that was okay too. I mean, some of y'all complained, but not for real. I mean, he got away with murder. Obama got away with murder. One thing he did I didn't like. And when I really just started to open my eyes to a lot of shit was when that thing happened in Charleston, South Carolina, that shooting. When that shooting happened and them 9 people died, and Obama got up there and sung Amazing Grace, I was like, what a passive song to sing. I would have rather him giving a speech. But you telling the killer and the crowd Amazing Grace, I mean, what's amazing about that? What is amazing? That's like a overcoming a challenge type song. What challenge did we overcome? And we had 9 people gunned down in the church. White people come to my church when I was going, I look at them. You know why? Because I'm not used to white people being there. Same thing they would do to me if I went to their church in the South. If I went to their church down, all the way down, below Birmingham or some hick town or whatever, if I went to their church, I wouldn't get past the door without them asking me questions. Oh, how may I help you? What's going on? And they're going to be armed and they're going to be prepared. Why black people couldn't be the same way? Say what you will about Trump, but had the same thing happen to a white church, he'd have been at that church passing out NRA cards. He'd have been at that church passing out handgun cartridges. Oh, it would have been, okay, next time they try this shit, we got us a tank out front. That's what it would have been. But with Obama, we got Amazing Grace and a tear here and a tear there. And I mean, that was good. All it is symbolism. So you can put up with Obama's symbolism and his words all day long. But the minute somebody says something unsweet, you can't articulate your feelings against that. What you want to do is say, oh, well, I just don't like that person, and let's ban that person. The radio station here, 95.7 Jams, they sat there and said they not playing Kanye no more. But you still gonna play Carly B, which talking about she got your girl on the molly. You still gonna play that all day long. All kind of booty noise and all this other shit you be doing and playing. All the other bullshit that y'all listen to. You'll play that. But you'll ban Kanye West. When somebody mentioned Tupac, first thing a lot of people say, oh yeah, he got a class out there in California. They teach classes on Tupac. Yeah. Well, one day they're gonna teach a class on Kanye West. Because he are the same fabric. Just a different thought process. He said, you know, I watched it again this morning before I did the show. He said, artists don't need to pull from anywhere. We don't need to copy anything. All we need is a paintbrush and a canvas. That's all. He made a comparison to his daughter, you know, standing on tables or whatnot, you know. And he also brought up Ted Cruz standing on Oprah's couch. He said that to say this. When you kill originality out of a person, you kill that whole person. When you tell a person that they can't do this or they can't be free, you killing that person. You killing them dead. So you cannot tell me that you support DACA, that you support LGBT, that you support anything so-called progressive. But as soon as they open their mouth and say something you don't like, it's a problem. The way y'all did Killer Mike was a shame. Y'all sat there and buried that man all because he talked to the NRA. Y'all should jump in the whole right with him for socializing with Hillary. Because she didn't mean you no good. A lot of them white liberals, that don't mean you no good. But you'll lay right there with them in a visible snake skin. Everybody sees it. But you. Or do you not want to see it? I mean, does your mind not stretch that far? The Bible says, slaves, obey your earthly master. Y'all do a good job of that sometimes. Don't get mad at me. I'm just stating the facts. Y'all do a good job. And when I catch myself too in line with one idea, I always try to snatch myself out. Because that's how I try to stay sharp. If I'm thinking the same thing for 10 years, something wrong with me. If I got the same opinion from 5 days ago, something is deeply wrong with me because I haven't thought about it. So either my opinion of a subject got better, it got more clarified, or it changed entirely. Because I refuse to stay stuck in the same spot mentally. Everybody outside their head working. But you wonder why your life ain't going right. Because you're not in your head. You're not really in tune with your true self. You're not really in tune with who you are because you still worry about what your mama think. Everybody who worry about what their mama think had a problem with what Kanye West said the other night. Everybody who's still worrying about what their neighbor think, what their friend think, these same motherfuckers, same followers, they was against Kanye. And why they don't create a social media site called Lead? I'm just saying. It's always follow this, follow that, follow this, follow that, like this, like that. Why you can't lead? Why they want you to follow somebody else's page? Huh? Why is that? They conditioning y'all subconsciously to have the same damn opinion, the same thought process. And that's dangerous. Once you get somebody thinking the same and you get them thinking in a negative direction, they'll walk into their own gas chambers. Once you get people thinking the same way, they'll walk into their own noose because nobody is out of line. And that's what they do with slaves. They keep them docile and they keep them in line. And that's the point he was trying to convey. He wasn't trying to disrespect no damn slave, and we all know that. We all know that. That go back to his song he did, We the New Slaves. That's what he talking about. He talking about being mentally free. He said I was going to have liposuction and I was going to try to lose weight because I didn't want y'all to talk about me. And then he realized I should be able to come on here fat, be whoever I want to be, and be Kanye West. And I agree with that. All I want to do is be Sergio. I can't be nobody else. I can't be nobody else. Every time I try, I fail. That's why I don't try. You know, what we need is more rappers like him. More rappers that's pensive, like Kanye, like J. Cole. You know, somebody with a thesis instead of somebody who just putting something in your ear. You know, anybody can rap garbage in your ear. But when somebody drops some gold, you need to treasure that gold. No matter if you agree with him or not. He took a stand. Why don't you take one? Why don't you go against the grain? Why don't you be the one to talk to the damn bully in front of everybody? You know, why don't you do that? But see, instead of doing that, you want to get with the crowd and pick with the person that's getting picked on. You don't want to be the one to turn and say, this ain't going to happen this way. You ain't finna do that boy like that. You don't want to be the one that stands out. So then the community suffer. Because it just created another follow. And another follow. And you wonder why so many people dead. Why so many people in jail. Why black people don't get nowhere. Because nobody's thinking and everybody's following. Why is that? I don't understand it for the life of me. I don't get it. But you'll praise any old bullshit. You'll eat a Tide Pod. You'll eat so much. You do whatever you want. But as soon as somebody tell you drink some water, you got a rebuttal. Drink some water. Oh no, I don't want none. But we supposed to feel bad when your kidney go out. I'm telling you to think right now. But see, when they start putting chips in people, I mean, if you can't oppose the truth now, if you can't oppose a lie now, when it comes down the pipe, you ain't ready. All y'all supposed to be Christians. What happened to revelation? What happened to standing up for truth? You ain't ready because you don't know when the devil coming. Because you thinking like everybody else. So you going to walk out the room just like everybody else and get ate the fuck up. You ain't got no protection because you thinking like everybody else. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. But that's it, people. This has been Gunpowder Philosophy. And this is your host,